Chase Bank is trying to keep your tax refund.
He tells me the check was flagged by Chase Bank for potential fraud, and his account was immediately shut down. He says he was told they were unable to verify the check, and even after he obtained a letter from the IRS that shows the check is legitimate, he's still unable to get the money.
I know what you're thinking. Oh, that just happened to him. No, check this out.
This is the letter I got. There are no funds to be paid out to you.
Christine asked why.
And they will not tell me why.
I said, well, what do I need to do? And he said, I can't give you that information.
In this video, we're going to break down why is it that Chase Bank, they keep finding themselves in these type of situations, almost as if they're trying to do this on purpose. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that banks have policies, they have procedures, they have fraud protection, but how long should these things take? I'll let you decide. Watch this.
One would think if the IRS sends you a check, it would be easy to get the money.
One would think, but that was not the case, and not true for a Pasco County small business. They cashed a $65,000 tax refund check last May, but the bank held it. 9 months later, they knew they'd better call banking, and Shannon joins us now.
Jan Keith, not only were they not able to access this money, the bank closed the business account. The business owner tells me he couldn't get anyone to help him until he called me. Sean May owns a software development company that specializes in online gaming and says he ended up overpaying taxes and was sent this hefty refund check from the IRS for nearly $65,000. For 9 long months, though, he hasn't been able to access the money. He tells me the check was flagged by Chase Bank for potential fraud, and his account was immediately shut down.
My understanding is that they have cashed the check. They do have the money. It's just not accessible to me. My account's been closed.
He says he was told they were unable to verify the check, and even after he obtained a letter from the IRS that shows the check is legitimate, he's still unable to get the money. So he knew he'd better call banking to help him get his message to the right people within Chase.
It just seems so ridiculous to me that that your internal processes are unable to verify the authenticity of a federal tax return check. I mean, surely they deal with plenty of federal tax return checks. Surely they know how to talk to the IRS. I don't understand why I'm different.
I called Chase, and a spokesperson assured me they would look into this, and days later, I received this statement. Upon review of the case, we reached out to our customer to apologize for the delay and to let them know we are releasing their funds. Sean tells me Chase called him with the good news and told him he should have his money by the end of the week, and I will follow up to make sure that he does.
Well, I'm with him. I mean, why did it take so long? I mean, banks deal with the IRS all the time. They see these checks come in. What was the hiccup here?
Well, they do, and I can tell you that banks do have systems in place to verify large checks and a process to verify with the IRS. It's unclear why that didn't work quickly in this case, but the good news is I was able to get in touch with the right people, and he should have that money very, very soon.
Yeah, no, that's the good end, but I still go back to the question that we don't have the answer to. What took so long? 9 months? That's a long time.
Too long.
That's a patient man right there.
Real quick, be sure to download our free ebook today. All you got to do is scan this QR code right here or click the link in the description below. Now back to the video. Now here's the thing. Because of the check amount, we could see why Chase Bank probably needs to verify a few things, but let's be honest, it should never take this long, especially you're talking about almost a year. This is almost similar to the girl who was selling chickens and they kept her check for an entire year. Keep in mind, they never gave her interest. And you know the crazy part about all of this is that this other story just happened 2 weeks ago. Check this out.
New here at 10 o'clock, her father left his 2 children money, but the bank who had it wouldn't release it and refused to tell them why.
Legal or not? Tonight's Help Me Howard with Patrick Frazier.
If you are a parent, Christine says what you hope your children say about you one day.
Just a wonderful, wonderful man. I still really miss him.
Her father, Charles, was also a successful businessman and a fun one. As the CFO of Kellogg's, the cereal company, he had a guest show up at Christine's wedding.
So I think I'm one of the only people in the world, if not the only, that had Tony the Tiger at their wedding. And I danced with him, and he was in a tuxedo.
Sadly, in 2022, Charles passed away, but he made sure all his financial affairs were in order.
This is his original will. It is also the trust agreement, and it is all laid out with tabs, so it's very easy.
Everything was in his trust, except a checking account.
I don't know why. I'm sure it was just an oversight on my dad's part.
The account with $56,000 needed to be put into the trust to be given to Christine and her brother. As the financial representative, Christine tried to do that.
I have a signed court order that specifically talks about the account number and the balance on it, and it is payable to the Charles Elliott Trust.
Christine then took those documents to Chase Bank.
So I provided what they said I needed, and then he called back and said it's not enough. I said, well, what do I need? And he said, I can't tell you.
Christine reminded the bank a Broward judge had signed this court order for Chase to put the $56,000 into the trust. The bank responded with a letter.
This is the letter I got. There are no funds to be paid out to you.
Christine asked why.
And they will not tell me why. I just don't understand.
I said, well, what do I need to do? And he said, I can't give you that information.
By now, you may be frustrated. Imagine how Christine feels after trying to get the $56,000 her father left for his family.
But if you get all the right documentation according to the court, and then you take it to the bank and they won't give it to you, what do you do next?
Well, Howard, does a bank have to tell you why they won't release funds that your father left for you?
No, they don't have to tell you, but they do have to tell a judge. In this case, a judge signed an order to transfer the funds to the trust. Now the bank has to explain why they won't do it. If the judge does not like that explanation, they can fine the bank and force them to release that cash.
We contacted Chase. They sent the standard, we're not able to share information about a customer's accounts or transactions. But the key, they wrote they will forward this for review by our executive office. Then what Christine had fought a year for, the check arrived. Including interest, it was $58,597.
Of course, grateful, relieved.
So I don't know, is it just me, or does it always seem to be that Chase Bank keeps finding themselves in this type of situation? Or as the comments always say, anytime you deal with Chase Bank, you're going to always have to keep chasing your money, okay? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments section below. But listen, also too, if you're looking to find out where your IRS refund check is, let me show you how to find out the right way. Real quick, did you know that you can add your monthly subscription services like Netflix or Disney Plus, or even your cell phone bill to your credit report to improve your credit score? All you got to do is just scan this QR code or click the link in the description below to learn more. Now back to the video. All right, so I actually put this link inside of the description below as well. But if you want to track your refund the right way, all you got to do is click the link inside the description below, or just Google IRS Where's My Refund? And then it's going to take you to a page just like this. Okay. Once you get to this page, you'll be able to see exactly how you can do it. And you can see where it says right here, use this tool to check your refund. Your refund status will appear around 24 hours after you e-file a current year tax return, 3 or 4 days after you e-file a prior year return, and 4 weeks after you file a paper return. Okay. Now it also says to check the refund, information is updated once a day overnight. All right. Now here's some things that you're going to need in order for this to happen. Number one, you're going to need to give them your social security number or your individual taxpayer ID number, also known as your I-10 number. Okay. They're going to need to know your filing status as well as the exact refund amount on your return. Now, once you do that, you can go ahead and click on it right here. You can click on where it says check your refund, and then the page is going to look like this. Okay. Now you can see right here, this is where, again, they're going to need your social. So you're going to have to put that in. Let me zoom in on this so you guys can see this just a little bit better. Okay. And you'll be able to see right here. By the way, you'll also make sure that you want to make sure that you're on the right website. You'll see that right there at the top that it's an official website of the United States government. Either way, you put in your social, you put in the tax year of the refund status that you're looking to find out, and then of course your filing status as well, and of course the refund amount. Then you're going to click submit. Okay. Now they also mention for security reasons, they recommend that you close your browser after you finish accessing your refund status. So good luck to you all as you chase down your tax refund. Nah, I'm just kidding. But either way, make sure you guys go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video.